Hello and welcome everybody. It's groove time today. I'm Christian from Berlin and I have a great riff for you, great groove riff. In the second part of the lesson, please watch to the end. I'll show you how you can make practical use of this groove for other songs. Not just, playing these chords, but if you want to play other chords with it and accompany songs maybe. Enjoy! Let's groove. Hello everybody, now let's have a look at this beautiful animal. It's part of a Kirk Franklin gospel song. It was done by Open Studio already in the original key. But nobody would find it who is looking for pop, because it's actually not a gospel thing. It's very much a poppy thing, which could be used like poppy jazzy maybe even. Open Studio did it in G flat, and it is not much use for you, for most of you, so I did it in for extra value in F. Now let's have a look at the voicing first. In pop we use, meanwhile we use all sorts of voicings, and this is one of them without a third in the beginning. It's coming, don't worry, everything is coming. And we are just oscillating between this one and these two notes. And I think I remember something by the Crusaders. I'm a big Crusaders fan, I must say. Okay, going to the major third and the major sixth of F. So you gotta, in order to manage the rhythm smoothly, you gotta get this into your hand. And the second thing is, before we start getting the rhythm, is we have, yes, can you guess what it is? And you're right, it's a minor 7. And again, we just have tension notes here. We have the 7 of A minor 7, the 9th, and the 4, aka 11. 4. But here it's kind of the 4 because it is dissolving to the 3 here. For the start, we just play these two chords. Here. And let's start putting it in rhythm. Of course, before you start playing anything over courageously funky in the left hand, we must use the left hand as a metronome. We'll play this in fourths. And you will see it has a syncopation on a 16 syncopation. They're all 16 syncopations, very typical of funky sound, 16 syncopations. And gospel, they are helping themselves with funky sounds, jazzy sounds, pop sounds. So no wonder Kirk Franklin used it here. Okay. Yeah, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2. It's on the 2. That was badly counted, Christian. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2. Once you got this rhythm, you also have this rhythm. It's the same, just different notes. Okay? Will you try again? yeah. He's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. And one more time. And this is quite gospelly in the end. Now, any idea what this chord progression is behind? In what key do you think this is? Is it in F? Or in what is it? Hey, yeah, and if we see the final, which I show you also afterwards, the final resolution, it's like when we play. That comes later. It's A minor 7. And the F major is what degree of A minor? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F is the major, fits perfectly in, is the 6th degree of A minor, of the A minor scale. Fits perfectly, so, and then we have those. Okay, now, so this thing is a kind of a decoy, this thing in the end, so. A7 pretending to be the 5 of D. But hey, this is not in D minor. And also not in D major. Okay. It's just a decoy. You know, everybody thinks there has to be a logic. And so there must be a 1 now if there's a 5. No. If there is a beard on a man, there is not necessarily a hat on a man. I'm a master of language, I know that. So in the end, and we go directly into. Okay, so now you want to do something with it. I mean, it sounds great as a really stompy thing. Could be perfectly fine, but if you want it more funky, now let's see where we could place those little funky 16 syncopations. One major contender for this would be yeah, it is 1, 2, I cannot count probably by doing this. Why do we have the metronome? We don't use it. The Yamaha metronome. Do this just me? Or we do it a bit slower even. So this is how you start. And then you could try, I can only play, not count at the same time. In the end, or you know, anticipate this 16th syncopation with the left hand. Now on the right hand, in the second chord on the A minor. Why not take this one? Hold on, let me just check. Yeah, that sounds good. so on. Okay, now put this on slow. There's a slow. I possibly cannot play this at slow. I would just get lost. YouTube function, the YouTube slowdown function. Use it, use it, use it. And then you could play beautiful resolution with the last time you played. And now. And here we play the. Okay, first the whole thing. Through and four and. Sorry for getting lost here. We play the chord progression F major 7 in this voicing. This is the B half diminished. Can you see it? Flat 5, 7, root, minor third. So we have the 6, 2, and as a quick glance at this one, many of you know it. Subscribe to my channel. You learn so much here. I have so much free content for you. We have the E augmented chord. We have the beautiful chord in pop. Meanwhile, also it comes from jazz, but everything is mingled these days. Jazz is rap and tango is punk. We have E major third, augmented 5 here, the sharp 5, the 7 here, and the sharp 9 here. So that's why it's altered. It's the E7 altered. We have the altered 5 and the altered 9. The regular 9 is here, and it's a sharp 9, and it's a beautiful dominant chord for minor. And now what we do before we reach the minor, we take a little diversion, a little detour. We don't go. We could do this as well, but we could also do something else you learned from my gospel tutorial. Oh, let me see which voicing we take. Yeah, why not take this one? Okay, we go via the B flat 7 here. 7, 9, major third, and the 5th. So we come from E altered, E7 altered, B flat 7, and then slip down from the B flat 7 down to the now to this practical part. What can you take away for your own playing when you don't just want to play the chord progression and the voicings I showed you, but just adapt the mechanism of it all? Now, you will find in that thing we did, we had this. We had two parts of the chords rhythmically playing with each other. Rhythmically playing with each other. You know that from another context, but this is a clean channel. So we need two parts of a chord. And let's start with C now. We could just take the same parts we did on F if we transpose them. Like we just have the 9th again. Think in intervals, people. Think in intervals. We had the 9th, the 5th in F, and the major 7. We could imagine we had the C major 7 now. We could just do the same. The 9th, the 5th, and the 7th, and just parallelly. Is that a word? Now it is. Yeah? But just to show you what I mean, we want to learn the principle. We could also play. We had an A minor. We didn't have that before. Now, what did I do? I take chord parts, major 7, major 3rd, and the 5th, and we take a rhythmic counterpart. Here, just one note is fine. We just want the rhythmic structure. Don't worry about the left hand now. Now we have a different chord we had before. What? We have the A minor. Now let's find chord parts that fit together that we could play with could make play each other. Was that a sentence? I don't care. It's music. So we have the A minor. Now we could play also with the 9th and the 11. You make it a kind of suspenseful sustainful. Sustainful. Is that a word? Today is the lesson of no non-words. The sustainful, like with the sus9 here, you see that in the chord box, and the sus4, and maybe could be a very wide chord. You know, we don't always have to have the third in it, or yeah, or even that. You see, there's playing space, playing room for you to experiment. Sounds nice. And then we go to F, and there again we could take this voicing we know from the Kirk Franklin riff. But even here, let's see if we find something else, because I want you to play around with it. So in A minor, where were we? Okay. Or even not quite as good. Okay, now to the F. We had this one. But maybe we could try, or, yeah, there are better ones and worse ones, and this is a worse one. Or here, you see, we just take the root, the major third, and the 7, but you get the idea, you get what I mean. It's just, we need a chord part or sus intervals and play them against each other. Even like this. What is this? Here we take, oh, I've got to get my tea bag out. Now, in a pop context, a pop solo context, you will find a lot of the dominant 7th chords. Here is the G7, but have a look at the display. It's the sus9 and the 9th here, and the sus4. Yeah, you will find those rather. We need a part of the chord and the counterpart. Okay, you see what I mean? And now you can just try with whatever. Okay, you just try yourself going through the chords. Thanks for watching. Join my channel. We learn all kinds of styles here with a lot of fun.